if you're on the
Crack,
dashboard, can
bro.
you just close
What's
the
going on, everyone?
game out completely?
Okay. Oh shit, shit.
See if
Yeah,
that works.
Oh,
Open
let's
up.
go, bro.
Just waiting to get into a
Currently
game
situating out
currently.
ships because people are leaving, people are joining, so we're just giving that some time. So just wait a
Y'all are
second,
doing well tonight.
and we'll get you in here. Yeah, so Rilo, let us know when you're back in. You can send invites for now. Oh wait, no. Not if you're back in. T, let us know when Rilo like completely gets out the
Yeah,
shit.
that's-
Yeah, it does that.
yeah, I'm still showing in the crew.
Yeah, I shouldn't be in there at all.
And Pirate, do you have a mic? It's all good if you don't. Just wondering. True. Yo, Griff, would you rather be in a 3-man party with me, my man, and you, or would you just rather sit in game chat with Pirate King?
I'm fine with the party. It doesn't matter to me.
Right. If I was to be completely honest, my second, my boy, was asking me to turn my mic on in game, and I wasn't. But I will now. And I will invite him to the party. He's chill. He's cool.
Yeah, totally. I
Or
mean,
or just. Alright, bet that. So we'll just start a party.
yeah, it is totally up to you. I don't care what we're doing. So
Heard you.
What you got, Ryan?
Let me get him in here. He's probably gonna be lit. Lit oh shit. Whole party in here. You invite me till now. Crazy. Yo, what's up, Hunt? My boy.
how's everybody doing tonight?
T and Rylo are leaving, so we're switching them out. Taking a second. Yo, is there shit by this thing? What the hell? I just. 100% we're about to, brother.
Yeah, it's
Still waiting on
Rilo and the crew.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes time. It's quite the time, but it's all good. We'll get out of there eventually.
So do you want to vote to lower the adversary?
Yeah, for sure. My bad. Let me go cop a new veil in the meantime. Shit, game does it. Someone leaves the crew, I feel like, you know. That should be it. Perfect. Filter him out, dude. Any way you can. Hey, little child. Yo, chills.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah.
brother? We're currently switching out this ship, and got crewmates stuck in the ship, so just go ditch your invites.
My God, this crew member has disconnected but may rejoin within a certain time period.
All good. I mean, it's normal. I really do appreciate you, T, for sticking
Yeah.
around. Can you
Yeah.
try again, maybe? How do we? Maybe you can keep the. Oh wait, no, you can't invite him. Yeah, if anything, Rilo joins back because he just dashed and then he invites.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Are you trying to get back in?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, you guys are gonna move
Yeah,
this
no
door
problem.
straight back in the
Alright.
ship.
All this is. Should I be taking this one?
I got into the habit of getting storage crate and just as a logged off, just take everything out, just leave it on the dock.
Yeah, we got empty storage crates. The damned.
I turned those in for the merchant lines. Let me shoot you an inbound, Harlow.
I'm loading in. It's just loading very slowly.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm loading into the game. It's just I'm stuck in the loading screen right now.
Well, guys, we're just kind of waiting here, seeing what's happening.
Change the post to it. Same be cracked, some say be chill. You don't really need crack people on this. Their shit T and what I was pretty good actually.
And we'll get by.
All right. Let's see what's going on. Now that
Oh, Pirate King wants
had to
come
fix
back.
the frame. Yo, Mister, what is
Jesus.
going on, man? How's it doing? What's up, Lakin? How you doing?
He's still gonna be waiting, huh? That's funny.
Good to see you. Just
Okay.
running some
I'm in the game.
Alright. There you go.
Alright,
Sea of Thieves with some randoms.
go.
Okay, are you still on the 15-minute timer?
Timer.
Alright.
Timer for
To get an invite. You said that you couldn't send an invite because somebody dashed.
yeah, he had to join back to see if they can switch places.
Okay.
Have the timer go on the other person instead.
Okay, I just didn't get an invite to the game, so I was just waiting.
Yeah. We're trying to clear one spot.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, if somebody's wanting to play it, I can leave and I can go to something else if somebody's wanting to stay.
No,
We're both out.
please stay.
All right.
And,
Alright, Raleigh, you should have control.
what does he have? Does he have one? So check your mic crew. Is he still
Doing good.
Right, right, so, bro.
Just hanging out. Just a
the
bunch of
closer crew.
randoms. Gonna do some Sea of Thieves. And
Holy shit! Some random joint. Fuck my life almighty. Yo, dude, go to my crew and invite that kid to the party. Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, so
also,
they actually kicked me
also close
out.
crew. He got here quick. I don't know how he got here so quick.
Jesus.
do you have it set
Super
to
quick.
open crew?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
Damn it, we should have
Most
fucked
likely.
and locked it. You never told us this ever.
You can go into your crew settings if it is open and you can change it.
Yeah, but loud. Alright, he's on my fucking recents. Why is he in my recents? Did he leave? No, he's not. He's under there. We just tell him multiple times so he leaves. Hey, Ryla, what you currently doing?
Let's see what else we got.
Oh, dude.
I think these guys know what they're doing.
He's about to shoot my shit. Please don't shoot me, dude. Or wreck you. Join the party if I can't invite you.
This is what
Oh, there he is.
happens when you play with randoms.
God.
Um,
Hey, what's up, bro? Oh, no, not yet. Hey, what's up, bro? Good.
Hi, dealing. I'm just not dealing. I will take that. Stocked Athena Sloop giveaway. Let's do that. Might as well, right? Man, what have you been up to, buddy? It's good to see you. I saw you posted in the Discord a little bit ago. It was good to hear from you. See, that's how you get into a game quickly.
Happy birthday. You get a free slope.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You getting off?
Have a good day. Yeah.
Okay. Is your crew open or closed? I'm assuming it's closed.
Closed right now.
Oh shoot, we got a sloop over there.
Yeah, they've just been sitting there. I think they're just
Okay. Cool.
Alright, have fun.
Thank you, buddy.
Good night. Have a good day.
You too. Just make sure my crew set to close. That's good. Let's see. Do Master Chief. Kind of cool. Go DA. Ooh, that is that. I'm assuming that's the new Reaper one. I wish I knew what. I wonder if I never bought the. If I never bought the Reaper one. Or I'm sorry, the Jack Sparrow set. I wonder if that's the case. See what our rep situation is. Is he doing the Veil quest? Might as well turn these in just to get rid of them. I don't want them. Kind of hogging this up. Well, what is new? Chat, how are you guys doing tonight? All right, let's see. Sailor's Bounty, Smuggler's Bay. Rapier, so we need to go west, I do believe. Which we will do. I see it. Look at this dude. Look at this dude leaving me all the reps. Those guys, I think he's right. I think those guys are new.
Hey, what up?
What up, my man?
What are you up to right now?
Well, just doing some streaming. Got crap. I'm gonna go into a party chat, so I'm not hot marking an Xbox. But no, just got a free sloop with all kinds of stuff on it, or like with an Athena, basically an Athena emissary mission. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that for free and do it. So,
You get that?
huh?
How did you get that?
Oh, just LFG. Yeah, some guy was like, he's like, I'm getting it if I don't want to finish all this. He's like, okay, I'll gladly finish it for you. So yeah, I'm just solo slooping around and.
Are you streaming?
Huh? Yeah, I'm streaming.
My audio may not be the best right now.
Oh, you're fine. You are fine, man. I don't think there's anybody in there right now, so I don't care about that anyway. Just, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, so you'll be getting MCC downloaded again, yeah?
Well, yeah. If you're on to play, I mean, that was kind of my like. I really was only playing with you, so it was kind of like, if you're not gonna be there, then
yeah. Does Michael get on ever?
no.
Is he more of a Destiny guy?
No, he doesn't play. Oh no, he doesn't play Destiny. I think he swore off Destiny a little while ago. He said that he kind of told me that he was like, I'm kind of at a point in my life where, like, I just get too wrapped up into Halo, and I don't have time to do it seriously anymore. And he's like, I can't play it casually. I don't know how. He's like, okay.
I get that.
Because I was like, don't you have, I was like, you could play with us, you know? And he's like, oh, dude, I can't. He's like, I only know one gear. So I think he gets on Call of Duty some. I think he plays Warzone a little bit, but I don't think he does much gaming outside of that. I really don't think.
Well, is there anyone else that you know?
Not that I know of. That's the problem. I don't really know as many. Like
no one from church or whatever.
No,
plays it?
Not really. Like anybody I know that plays Halo has really started playing Infinite. So it's kind of like,
that's so lame.
I love it. So I don't.
yeah, you don't have a problem with it.
No, I mean, I do have many problems with it. I just, like, I think I've just gotten to the place where what's weird to me is, like, all the people that are anti it because it's kind of progressed. It's like a modern shooter. And I'm like, yet, like, they're playing modern shooters. I'm like, is it one of those things where it's like, you're okay with modern shooters, but you're just not okay with Halo being one, you know?
Yeah, that's probably it. Honestly.
Like, because to me, like, I think, so what you're talking about today, like the parkour stuff, Halo 5 was really that. Like, it was really, oh my lord, this is, as soon as I was putting the stuff on my boat, it got really laggy. You know what? Let me check for Tux. sometimes that may mean that there's a tap going on. I have like an all-white boat though. So it's really... I shouldn't have text. But anyway, yeah, like Halo 5 was extremely parkour-y. I don't feel like Halo Infinite feels the closest to like an old school Halo game as any, like since Halo 3. Of course there's Sprint, but the shooting, the mechanics of it, like it feels very old school Halo. Now, its maps feel terrible. I hate the maps. Like I just think that they're extremely kind of Call of Duty, like realistic shooter, you know, CS:GO, all that vibe. But
there's only a couple maps that I liked. Otherwise, it's, I don't know. Either they're too big for me. Like you know, some of them are they're just large, and then it's just people. You know, it's just you know, the people who get the BRs or the snipers,
right,
kind of take over.
Yeah. Now they just released a new map. They just added like Rumble Pit and some of that stuff back in the game, which is really cool, and like I really like the way it plays.
Yeah, because I also have Infinite downloaded.
Okay.
Like I've played it some.
Yeah.
I'm not against playing it ever.
Well, yeah.
So if you got people you play with on there too, you know, I'm fine with us all playing.
Yeah.
Playing some new school stuff.
No, I do. I have some. I know a lot of people that play it. Now I have, to be frankly honest, like I haven't been playing with a lot of people because I don't know. I don't stick up with like. I'm very terrible about being active in Discords because I don't open extra apps or anything. So, I'm terrible at it. And because most communities that I was a part of use Discord, like I've kind of, I don't know, I've just kind of turned into a solo player or an LFG. Like I've been playing Sea of Thieves a lot, so like I've been LFGing a lot. So I really love this new update that they put out. So I've been playing that a whole lot. I need to change this wheel because it's very, it's not easy to tell. But so I've been playing that a lot, and it's kind of, it's been mostly what I'm playing. The problem is that like I need games that are a little quicker. So like Halo Infinite is perfect, you know. And so I'll play it by myself for a little bit. Me and my brother-in-law Brendan were playing it a bunch, but
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forget he's your brother-in-law now.
Mm-hmm. He's my brother-in-law now. He's been my brother-in-law for a long
It's
time.
like 7 years.
Ask. Oh shoot! You have to make me. No, it's eight years now.
8 years? My gosh.
Yeah. 2014.
Oh my goodness. Hey, when? Yeah, it was like I don't know if it was 14 or 15. How old's their kid? They only have one kid, right?
Who?
Your brother?
Oh, so I'm talking Brendan, Kaylee's brother.
Oh.
Yeah. So Destiny, are you talking about Ryan, Destiny's brother?
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah. So no, not them. I was talking.
Yeah. What's his nickname or his gamer tag?
I don't think he
Schizo?
played. Yes, Schizo. That's Brendan, Kaylee's brother.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
you want? Oh, here, come here, bud. Come here.
How's the baby doing?
Okay. He's doing better. He's been sick. He started
no.
getting sick yesterday, and then he had pretty much a fever all night. But I gave him a little bit of Tylenol, and I've just been giving him lots of,
Yeah.
a decent amount of treats without going too overboard, trying
Right.
to keep him comfortable. Oh, here, buddy. Here, I'll put that in there. Oh wait. So your brother, because they have just one baby, right?
No, my brother just had their second baby.
The second. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
they just had their second baby May the 3rd. So,
So just this past week?
yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's, I don't know. That's rough. Like, I think about that, and I'm just like, what in the world?
There's
So crazy.
there's no way I couldn't do it. I'm at the point now. I'm like, we've been talking. About
You're a
it.
one and done?
I think so. Wait, how are we here? Sandy Shallows. I hate solo slooping in a storm. And that's what happens. You get an Athena quest, and then all of a sudden, you're in a storm. Okay, so I
You gotta be
need to-
careful.
It's true. Change to a non-sword.
Oh my god. Sorry. Here you go. You want up there?
But how's everything in Phoenix, man? So are you like permanently switched to days, or?
Yeah. I started I changed my jobs, and so I am. I start tomorrow, actually.
Really? So like, what are you
Yep.
doing? How did your job change? What are you actually doing?
I'm gonna be doing similar stuff, but it'll be more. I'll be dedicated. I'll be actually working for the company I'm providing the service for, as opposed to like the one I was working for before. We would manage the services for multiple clients, but I'm the on-site guy so I'd only be focused on one particular business, which is really nice because it gives me more visibility into the network and whatnot.
Right.
And I only have to learn like a set of tools that they use and not several different sets over multiple different clients. It's just after a while it's like it's nice to touch on all the
Right.
tools, but it's definitely nice to just use a couple and get good with them.
Right.
But yeah, so I've had the past week off just because I had PTO essentially. This one?
That one.
This one here?
No.
Here, let me go turn it down.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
That one? Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It's a really good opportunity, getting a little more. Yeah, you can have some blanket. I'll cover you.
Now, are you with the same company?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
not
this will
at
be
all.
Yep, not at all.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
moving to a financial company. So it's going to be a really good learning experience. So, I'm going to benefit from that. The pay is really good. And it seems like they have a lot of really good people there that I could learn from.
Right.
So that's just that was it was all of those things that excuse me made me interested in it.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to anchor the ship before the storm comes and I'm screwed. Well, dude, that's awesome. Now Ryan is still at the other company, correct?
Yep. Yeah, he'll still be on nights, sadly.
Yeah.
But he is planning on moving to days as well soon. So hopefully within the next few months, he's able to make that transition.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Is he planning on moving, like, with your company, or is it like?
Yeah. He's gonna be staying there for now.
Okay.
Like he still got a bunch of learning to do, so he still has a lot he can benefit from staying there.
Nice.
He could stay there, probably a good couple more years or so before it might be worth it for him to move.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot to learn, and just because they acquired a lot of like new technologies and whatnot, or like they sold, but basically like we'll have a technology and we'll be like, hey, use this, and then we'll monitor it for you and whatnot. So like,
Yeah.
but it's a new tool. It has some, some differences are subtle, but some, it's just nice getting the hands-on experience for some of these things. So it'll be really good for him.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
But yeah, so and then we can all play Sea of Thieves again.
Yeah. Shoot.
We could do
I-
some sailing of seas. You want to watch this or something else?
I think
You want to watch this?
that maybe actually this sloops.
Do you like this? Are you sure? I can change it if you want. No pressure.
Why am I immediately can't breathe? It's pretty annoying. That's weird. So that's their voyage. I don't really want to get involved in that. Especially solo. Have fun, boys. And I get to sail right back into the storm. Swear this game, it's like, oh, you're on an Athena mission. Let's put a storm right where you need to be. Got it. Well, that's awesome. How long have you had the new job?
How long have I what?
How long have you had the new job?
So, hey, the background isn't too bothersome, is it? The background noise, it's not.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So, pretty much like mid-April or so, or not. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, we're like in the first week of May, so I think it was like more towards the beginning of April. I'd been reached out to, but I didn't really. I thought my drive was going to be further away than it was by like 20 miles. So I was like, I don't want to drive like with no traffic. It was about 50 minutes of drive time, 50. And I was like, I don't know about that. But coming to find out, it's actually 27 miles away, which is like completely fine with me. It's about a 30 to 45 minute drive depending on traffic, but that's like also accounting for traffic. I mean, it can be worse, but for the most part it's going to be 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so whereas the 50-minute one is 50 with clear traffic, possibly going up to an hour and 20 or so, hour 15, hour 20, which is like I'm like at that point I'm like, all right, I don't want to be spending a possibility of 2+ hours extra on the road,
right?
Than we have to, because it would be partial remote, or that was another thing. I wasn't. It seemed to be that they'd be going into the office, and so I would have to go into the office every day, whereas I worked remote. Well, so at first, I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. And then he reached back out to me, like a week later, he's just like, hey, are you sure you don't want this? I'd love to bring you on, whatever. And then he kind of started sweetening the deal a little bit with compensation, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm listening. And then I kind of discussed it with him, and so I know that he lives kind of in my, like, towards my area, and I was just kind of like, I'm like, how do you get to work? Because I'm like, do you go north and then, you take this certain highway? And he was like, oh no, I go south and over. And to me, it did, like, it wouldn't have made sense to go that way because you would have to go back up north anyways. Yeah. So I'm like, why would you go down and over during those more rush hour times where it's a bit busier? So and then he explained, or then I was just like, wait, like, where's the location? And then he explained to me, he was saying it was at the old, like, next to the other building. So at my first job, I used to work I was on site. I was actually on site, but working with another company. That just means basically, like, they requested that somebody be on site to monitor. On site meaning I work at their building and only for them, as opposed to working for multiple clients and just, as
Right.
alerts come in, I work them. Kind of like what I was explaining before.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, it's right next to this building, which is way closer. And I was just like, wait, what? So it's not, way up in the north of this area here, and he was just like, oh no, because that's where the headquarters is, or the actual, I guess the main building, but that's not where we are working out of. So I was like, okay, well that's way better of a deal than what I was thinking, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty good. It was
awesome.
pretty crazy. But yeah, so like from there, then I just went ahead and I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to consider this. Overall, it would be a better one just because I would actually be only working for that one client, focusing on one set of tools. I mean, I call him a client just because I'm used to that, but it'd be my employer.
Right.
At that point. So just dealing with that, and also having more access and more knowledge of all the systems, because usually when you work for like a service provider like I did, they, a lot of times the clients, they only want to give you so much access because, just security risk,
Right.
The less people, giving
Have
people
access.
less access to things, so we're there to kind of like, here's what we're seeing, here's something bad, whatever, like putting everything that we have access to, and then trying to provide them an analysis that then they would go and action on, like they could actually go to the physical system and check it out and see what's going on, or make decisions on what they would do. So essentially I would be on that end of the scenario now, like where I know the ins and outs, I understand what's going on, or I'm familiar with the software used in my environment. So that's just, to me, that's going to be more learning, and it's going to be really fun. I'm kind of excited for it. So
Dude, that's awesome.
yeah, it's just weird because it's like tomorrow is my first day.
that's always.
And it's on days. I mean, like I'm pretty much going to be working a Monday to Friday shift at first, and then eventually it's going to be either a Monday to Thursday or Tuesday to Friday shift. So it'll be 4 10s, which will also be amazing.
Yeah. What were you already doing?
No, I was doing pretty much 5/8 most of the time.
Okay. What is your? But were you working?
Now I did do 4 10s before I went to the job that I just
left.
left.
Well, but
So I did do those for the most part.
so, but were you doing? Were you? So let me. I may have missed it in the translation here. I don't know why in the translation, but
Sorry.
did you? So like, you were saying on site. So, are you? Does that mean you just went from working at home to now you actually do have to go in somewhere?
Yeah, well, so I don't have to, but because I did request, I did make it clear, like, I would like to be partial remote. I don't mind going in, like, a couple times a week, and then I'm home a couple, the remaining couple days, because that's very valuable to me.
Right.
And it's most jobs, especially since the pandemic, have kind of like including the company that I worked for or that I just left, they went full remote. Like they're like, we're doing this from now on moving forward. We're not going back to to the office. So I was like, all right, yeah. So on site in this context
What's up,
is
Zany?
mean
How
more.
are you doing? It's good to see you
It
tonight.
means more. So like if I can be remote and still be on site.
Yeah.
That in that context. So although on site can also mean like, hey, I'm on site as in I'm at this place where I need to be to do a task. But on site in the context I'm using it in is I am working for one specific entity, and that is where my focus is.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not working on the side like with my previous company before the one I just left.
Right.
It was pretty much the similar thing, we have multiple clients that we do services for, and then after a couple years, one of them requested that they bring somebody to their side from our team, and obviously they have to work out the contracts because that costs money to dedicate one person to one of them. And so I actually worked at that facility as a contractor, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
and I enjoy that more because like you get now and because I was a contractor though, like there were still some things that the actual employees there were more privy to than I was, just because I wasn't technically part of that company, but it was still a pretty good experience then when you're just kind of on the other side of it, managing them from kind of afar in that regard.
Well, dude, that's all sweet, man.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes over like a 1v1 or something, Like, so, you know how I like those. Even if I get clapped, we gotta do that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll get it.
Find me. And everyone else enjoys our 1v1s as well when they're watching them.
It's true. It is true. So hey, are you watching? Have you been watching the Halo series?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten into many series recently since I finished Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, I
What's that?
asked because Ryan, he messaged me. He's like, I've been watching it, and I said, okay, like, I was like, I have a ton of thoughts, and then he's like, me too, and I was like,
Podcast
podcast,
episode.
just
Hello.
just one, maybe do the whole series type thing,
Hello.
You hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to do that.
It's
You'd be very good for the, like
what?
I said you'd be good for that because you know all the lore.
Well, yes, and
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious what his thoughts are, being that it would be interesting because I think you fall under the know some of the lore, specifically the game lore. You know some of the lore, the game lore specifically, but you don't really like it. Doesn't matter to you either way. And then Ryan's like, he cares a little bit about what the game, what the lore is, and he knows a little bit, but also cares a little more probably. And then there's me, who's read everything, knows everything, and has a lot to say.
Yeah. So I'll say I haven't watched it, so I'd have to actually see.
Well, the good thing is it's like
read that.
it's not very. The episodes are not very long, so I think they're like 45 minutes, and I think there's 6 so far. I think they're doing 8 total. So, what I thought we would do is do like 2 episodes at a time.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, spread it out a little bit because I'm sure you have like tons and tons of thoughts.
Oh yes, I have absolutely tons and tons of thoughts.
Yeah, because I mean, like I would say for the most part, that's a pretty good assessment of where I'm at. Although I mostly am like you have way more Halo experience and knowledge than I do in almost every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
I've played Halo 3 the most, but that was more so because it was like I've played a lot of Halo and Halo 2, but Halo 3, once it came out, like it just had that. I really liked how it felt, and it was the game when I was more of a teenager as opposed to a younger adult.
Right.
Or a younger child, I mean, obviously, not young adult. Oh, okay, hold on. It's gonna. Okay, yeah. So I'll say I really liked Halo 2's campaign.
Yeah.
The story, like they had a lot more cinematics.
Especially if you played the anniversary edition, it was really
good. All of that. I did both. Because I had Master Chief Collection on the Xbox as well, and I actually just played through them last year, I think. Oh, you shocked me! You got stabbed. Halo 1. And I mean, it was the first one, obviously as far as gameplay, that's whatever, a lot of the maps were recycled, and it was funny. I'd even get lost at times thinking like, I'm pretty sure I just went through this area, but it's just that they use the exact same like design in that area. I just need to keep going straight,
Right.
So that was a bit fun. But yeah, the story, and of course the Arbiter, that whole story of how you kind of learn about what the Halos are, and there's still this, who exactly are these other people like the Forerunners, or whatever, and but also kind of learning like what they're used for, and kind of getting to know about the flood and all that. Like that was really cool. It was really well done, and it was really interesting to me.
Yes.
All of that story, and kind of how I like they did really well, kind of how the alien aspect teamed up with the human, the human entities, and obviously like just kind of like they're not all the same aliens. Like they're different species that have their differences and their different religions and all that, and
Yeah. Well, see, that is such an interesting story, like the story of why the Covenant exists religiously, because they are kind of a religious, obviously, group that started basically from the prophets. Where is this? Oh, you know what? Is this the north? The northeast is this way. So, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where this is. But basically, like the whole story of how the Covenant comes to be, why they hate the humans, all that is really cool. I think, which I know you're not much of a Star Wars guy, but I think when it comes to just sharing, to me, Star Wars has a great story, but has been extremely, you can tell that it is a lot of what's happened in it has been used to, because I'll say it this way, because the story is a story, because it's in a galaxy far, far away, and it's, a long time ago, they can get away with pretty much doing anything.
Yeah.
Whereas Halo, because it's technically in our time, Halo has to stick to our laws of physics. I mean, they're still they still, make up stuff, and they're still it's not all technology that we even have or anything like that, but it's at least they try to give you an in-world reason for everything that you're doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's a more defined story. I mean, with Star Wars, I love Star Wars, but there's a lot more flavors of it, and
Right.
I guess there's probably more flavors of Halo that I haven't checked out, but the original 3 and then Reach were my favorite.
Yeah. Well, the story is, gosh, it's so interesting. The Halo, just quickly, but going back to the TV show. So first of all, one thing about the TV show is that it is not canon, and I was very upset about that because one,
I knew it. I'm like,
Halo has never done something that's not canon, and so to me, I don't want to be Star Wars in that there's there's a canon and then there's an EU and then there, I just, that kind of stuff, I just don't. I'm like, they have worked so hard over the years to make the canon so solid that it's kind of one of those things where, why do you have to go do that? But my thought is that they had Steven Spielberg directing it, and so he was like, you know what, I'm not reading all these Halo books, so I'm gonna write the story I want to write. That's kind of my 2 cents on it. Okay, I've got to figure out real quick where this thing is because it's getting annoying.
Do you need to address your chat? Is anyone messaging you?
Oh no. Anytime I stream earlier in the day, like I was today, I get a few people, but as of late night, not really. Which I'm okay with.
Well,
'cause-
yeah, so what was I gonna say?
no, I need to, but I've got a riddle that I literally cannot find. Cliffside stony grave to the northeast.
What we did a podcast or something where we discussed Halo. Did we not?
Huh?
Did we discuss the book? Because I remember you giving me a lot of insight on kind of the origins of John.
Yes.
And it was funny because until recently, like I never had really went through the campaigns and tried to pay attention. Because I just had never really knew that there was a huge lore behind it. You know, I knew that there was like flood and all that, and they were bad, and I may have known that that's what the rings were used for, but not really following step by step how things kind of progressed.
You wouldn't just.
And also like considering the origins and you discussing that, I actually it was funny. I impressed my wife, just in a goofy way, because I started going through it with her, like kind of explaining the campaign, and I was like, so on this part, Cortana was like kind of giving a brief overview of who this guy was, and just kind of, or who Master Chief was, and and just kind of it was kind of vague still because they don't touch on it too much, but she's just like, and he had all these traits, and said something about like, but one of the most, or like the most important one was, and there's like a pause, and then I'm just like, luck. And she's just like, luck, because like that's not anything anyone would expect,
Right.
traditionally. And like my wife was like, what? No, you did not know that. Like, how did you
That's
guess
amazing.
that? Like, she just thought I guessed.
Because
it
I'm
or
just
whatever, and
because I'm just that
I was
good.
like, that was pretty good. Like, it's obvious when you read into it.
I mean, if you just would pay attention, you would know that too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's inferred. But yeah, so it was totally because you had went over that in one of those things, like, and maybe it wasn't even a podcast. We were just talking about it, and you just kind of letting you go because that's your thing, or because you actually read the books.
Yes.
So I don't know, like that was just really cool, and so it kind of made me pay attention more as well. So like this has been recently where I've really paid attention and tried to follow along and understand what the heck's going on. I haven't gone through Reach again yet. That one was Reach is hard because when I went through it, like, it was such a good experience, and I feel like it may not be as good going through it again. Like it's just, especially how it ends. It's
Yeah.
like it
Well,
was.
Yeah, it's
so
kind of
good.
like in time. No, well, I
Yeah,
will tell you, 8 places north. I will tell you that, so the Halo Reach is actually So like we did the book The Fall of Reach. I don't know if you remember this, but it was like in the podcast that we were doing, The Fall of Reach. It was funny because, let's see, what are they doing there? Because we were talking about it, and the whole time Ryan was thinking the people I was that the people in the book were actually the people in Fall of Reach, and they're not. And it's one of the things that originally was a big, like, a lot of fans had a problem with it, but it then Bungie, well, I don't remember if Bungie did or 343, but they retroactively like fixed it. And there it is. Of course. Go around a little bit. That actually worked out better than I thought. I only had one skelly come up. But no, so just back to the actual TV show. So they tell a whole different story, and it was kind of one of those things that, like, I was upset because I really felt like Master Chief's story is actually more interesting than the story that they're telling. So I'll put it this way: I had a very low expectation, because anytime there's a game show or a show that involves a video game, you know, it's like it's never amazing. Especially when it's the one you like, and you just assume, like, okay, you may like it because you like Halo, but like all the other people around are not gonna like it. You know, other people are gonna hate it. And it's actually been the opposite. All the Halo fans are struggling with it, while all just general either sci-fi fans or just, like, I know people that are watching it. Like, I have clients coming in the shop watching it, and they're just like, they love it, and they have no clue. Like, they've never even played the game. So it really is a good show. I just had to tell myself, okay, this is not a Halo show. This is a, you know, like, I had to, like, say, okay, lore-wise, like, this isn't it. It's just a normal sci-fi show, and I have to get used to it, because, like, it's so good, but it's, like, extremely, like, they didn't just, like, you know, when a book or a movie or a TV show will change a book narrative. This was like, it wasn't a book narrative. This wasn't like that, where they'll just change little details here and there, you know. This was like, we're gonna come in and, like, completely 100% change everything.
Yeah, see, I'm like you in that manner, where it's like you'd have to, if it's going to be like that, you should go into it expecting that, and not, you know, because I would get flustered over things like that.
It's like first episode. It's not a spoiler because they announced it to the whole world before it even happened. But, like, Chief takes his helmet off first episode. Chief has a temper the entire time. Like, it's just amazing the things that they changed about it. About him.
Yeah, see, that gives me anxiety just, like, thinking about that.
Right. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's actually, the story they're telling is really cool. And it's like, what sucks for me is it's like, but like, my friends will be like, so tell me, they'll ask me a question. So, for example, I'll give you, this is kind of a spoiler alert, but you meet her the first episode. But the Covenant actually have a human female that like is on their side that they're using, which would never happen. Like, just would never happen.
Wait, say that again?
The Covenant are basically, they have a human female that is like working with them on their side.
Oh,
Which
weird.
to me is super annoying. Because I'm like, it would never happen. It just wouldn't. But I don't know.
Yeah, that just seems. I don't know. Yeah, because I mean that like, to me when I think about a human female working for them, it's like it's like humans are almost incompatible in a way
Yeah.
with
Well, so
with
the
that
real,
species.
and so here's the real story. So the story behind the Covenant is that. So I'm going back to ancient lore, but the humans and the prophets were actually on the same team for a while. And basically what happened was they were fighting the flood. The flood came out. So there's a race called the Precursors who created everything, and they're this race that basically what they would do is they would basically come to every they would go from galaxy to galaxy, and they were considered in Halo's ranking systems a tier 0 civilization, meaning that they and I'm losing my voice. Basically meaning that they were like, they had the ability to create life. If you can create life, you have the technological advance of somebody. It's considered tier 0. So, and what? Huh?
I remember you that being one of the things that you explained.
Yes. Shoot. I am literally, hold on one second. I have company. Give me a second here. I think they're turning in. They were just trying to get me. Yeah, they're just turning in. They weren't wanting to come here. I'm literally going up. I saw 3 people on their brig, and I was like, I literally like cannot do anything about it.
What are you trying to do now?
Just sell.
Oh, punch all the treasure chests off and hurry up and sell them before you see that sleep off in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a brig, and I'm. Let's see, okay.
What are you doing?
You still have the game installed?
Yeah.
You want to jump in and help me in case we get in a fight?
I would. I'm just not able to do it right now.
Oh, you're good.
Just because I'm Preston's still awake.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
But also I'm rooting for you.
It's one of those things. It's like I don't, especially on. I'm just like I don't have. I just saw 3 of them on there, and there's just no way.
Baby, sweet, not away. Me. No, I ABC because away. Me.
Aw.
Just me. Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, what I was saying. Now that I'm quite a bit away from him. Oh shoot. Wait a minute. I can sell through there, right? So there's this precursor race, and what they do is every so often they will basically create life and then go and basically once they've created life, they set up, you know, certain people to be like in charge of that area of the galaxy. And once you know, basically once they have found a suitable person to, or suitable group of people to do so, then they kind of really they de-evolve themselves and for whatever reason, and then they move to the next one. Well, so they created the Forerunners, put them in charge. The Forerunners really only cared about their own technological growth. And the Precursors realized that, and for some reason decided, you know what we're going to do? We don't think they deserve it, so we're going to kill them and give it to humanity. And basically, at this time, the Precursors had already started de-evolving themselves. And so the Forerunners were now larger in number, and the Precursors were already partially de-evolved. So they weren't like this, they weren't at their top tier technology anymore. So basically, they go through and they basically go and destroy the Precursors, and while they're doing so, is that them? No, it's not them. I need to come a little closer. They destroy the Precursors, and the only ones that survived, there were a few of them that survived, but they basically de-evolved themselves into this dust format, which then eventually, after like millions of years, became the Flood. So, the flood, when they come back, they decide no more. They said, we're going to wipe out all of our creation. The only way for true unity is for us to, kill everybody and them all be a part of us. And so, that's what they do. And basically they start attacking. They come in contact with humans and prophets first. So the humans and prophets are like working together to fight them. And they're just losing. Like they're basically fighting on all fronts. And what they start doing is they say, okay, we can't beat the flood. So what we have to do is basically destroy all the planets that they're on. And they go and they start destroying. They just basically wipe out planets. Well, the Forerunners didn't like this, obviously, because I think they got some of the Forerunners' planets, and they basically attacked them while they were fighting. So the humans and prophets are fighting the flood and the Forerunners. Basically lose. The prophets say, hey, we surrender. It's actually the humans that have done all this, and the humans end up basically taking the worst of it and getting de-evolved to like basically Neanderthals. That's kind of what they do. So in doing all that, the prophets get to keep the technology they have, but it's on like a much lower level. And long story longer, they basically find years later that one of the Forerunner ships is crashed. So a lot of things happen. That they realize, oh shoot, they were actually fighting this thing called the Flood. We shouldn't have killed the humans. And they just kind of left it there. And but then after that happened, so like that millions of years, the fire of the halo, reseed the galaxy, blah 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 blah. The Forerunners. The Forerunners find, or I'm sorry, the prophets find the Forerunners ship on their planet, and they decide we need to take this and we need to, like, there was half of them that said, no, this is a sacred thing, we should leave it alone. Half of them thought, no, we should learn from it, take its secrets, and, go. And so they do. They learn how to use the Forerunner Dreadnought. Is that somebody on my ship?
Preston, look up.
Huh?
I was just talking to Preston real quick.
This may not be good. Yo!
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey. So we sort of we were friends. If you wanted to join our alliance, we have to go.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Where were you
They're,
were you
north
tucked?
right now. No. I grabbed the rowboat from the island that we had over there.
Okay.
So I'm over here to talk to Suds, and they're doing other
Sweet.
stuff.
Yeah. Where you guys at?
They're in smugglers apparently.
Oh, okay. Sweet, yeah. That works.
You doing a Thieves Haven run?
No, I do just finishing a emissary quest. I just threw down a thieves run for mileage.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, we're working on our emissary quest right now. We just did a veil.
Yeah, I saw you guys doing the veil, and I just was wondering. I basically inherited this sloop from some guy who was getting off. I was like, yeah, I'll just do his emissary quest real quick. I don't usually solo sloop, so it was kind of like, yeah, I'll do it. But I heard your guys' cannon, and I was like,
Right on.
I can PvP, but I'm not good 3-on-1, so.
Yeah. I got you. Don't blame you. We were trying to talk to you, but I guess it wasn't in range.
I had a party on. I was streaming, so I was talking to guys in the stream, and so I had a party on, so I wasn't so I wouldn't be hot micing. So
Yeah, gotcha.
so
It looks like. Sorry.
what'd you say?
Nothing. I hit the thing by accident. You know.
Are they still at Smugglers?
Yeah, they're working on the riddle, I guess.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't mind. I think I'm jumping off after this, but I don't mind giving you all some extra loot before I turn in.
Cool. Appreciate it. We got like one more island in our digs.
Nice. Make sure I'm looking at Smugglers. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, that's them right there.
Kajunga, are you still on? Yep. What, y'all doing a bunch of stacks?
Sorry, what was
Instead
that?
of y'all stacking, y'all doing a bunch of stacks?
No. We just did the one veil, and then we're gonna just do our digs
Oh, nice.
or the emissary stuff.
Sweet.
Hey, buddy,
What's up?
I'm gonna hop over here for now.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for
Um,
coming by.
But yeah, we'll definitely like get on and chat more.
Yeah.
Um,
No, absolutely.
so that-
We will do it. We'll do some 1Vs.
all right, man. You have a good night.
You as well.
They're headed this way. now.
Okay. Sweet deal.
Right on. Thank you,
No
sir.
problem. Get you guys some quick Athena stuff. And
Yeah, if you stay on long enough, yeah, we'll definitely be turning
Cool.
in soon, too.
yep, will do.
See ya.
Later. Well, that's gonna work out. Yeah, so that worked out really well. We got some. Definitely thought that was going a different direction. And I was going to be 1Ving a Brig. May turn in and then just go check them out, see what they're doing. Well, how's everybody doing? Still left? tried to grab onto the, like, sit down. Just it doesn't work. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I think that is